Hi there, welcome to this week's ESOL lesson for asylum seekers. And today I'm doing a video all about words to do with the weather because we've had lots of different sorts of weather recently. So here we are, it's weather vocabulary. And I'm going to talk about different sorts of weather, and perhaps you can find out a little bit more about those sorts of weather. I'll give you some work to do as we go along, and then you can email it to me if you do that work. Okay, the first kind of weather I'm going to mention is snow. And that is a noun. We've had a lot of snow recently. It's the white stuff that falls out of the sky and it's very cold. So the noun is snow. The present continuous verb is it is snowing. So it is snowing means that the snow is falling out of the sky. And it's doing it now, but it keeps on doing it. And the adjective that we can use is the word snowy. So we can say, it is a snowy day, or the ground is snowy. So those are the different parts of speech to do with snow. Now what I'd like you to do is to write out the present continuous past for it is snowing. So I'll tell you, it was snowing, and a future continuous for it is snowing. Think about what that is. It is, it will be snowing. So you can write that out, and then you're going to do the same for each of these. So the next one I'm going to talk about is rain. It's what we have a lot of in the UK, when the water falls out of the sky and it's wet. So the noun is rain. The present continuous verb is it is raining. And the adjective is rainy, a rainy day, rainy weather. We can say it is rainy, but it is raining is the present continuous verb. So your work is to do the past continuous verb of it is raining and the future continuous verb of it is raining. Write them down and then send them to me. Now the next one is a bit more unusual. This word, the noun, is sleet. And sleet is a special kind of snow. Very, very little bits of snow that come down. Not big flakes, but little bits of snow that come down. And we call it sleet. It usually doesn't stay on the ground. It usually goes. The present continuous of the verb is it is sleeting. So your task is to write the past continuous and the future continuous of that verb. Now, we don't have an adjective for sleet. I suppose we could say it's sleety, but we don't. We don't have an adjective. We only have the noun and the verb for that. So that's a bit unusual. And here is another unusual word. The noun is hail. Now hail can have another meaning entirely. It can mean hello, hail to you. But we don't mean that. When we're talking about the weather, hail is little bits of frozen rain. So it's like bits of ice, hard. It's not snow because it's not wet and slushy. It's hard. If it hits you, it can hurt. Usually they're quite small, but occasionally you get really big. We call them hail stones. But the noun is hail. And the present continuous verb is, it is hailing. So your task is to do the past continuous and the future continuous of it is hailing. And again, we don't have an adjective for it. We have no adjective in English that describes hail. We have the noun hail, or sometimes hailstones. We have the verb to hail, it is hailing, but we don't have an adjective. My paper is blank, but I do have another one. Now, this is something I've already mentioned. Ice. Ice is frozen water on the ground or anywhere else, but it's frozen water, and we have it when it's very cold. So the present tense of what it is when we have ice, we don't have a present continuous. We have the verb to be, and then we use the adjective icy. So we say it is icy. We don't say it is icing. We don't really have that. So we don't have a present continuous. We just have a simple present. It is icy. So the adjective is icy, and we use it with the verb to be. So your task is to do the past tense of it is icy and the future tense of it is icy. Let's see if you get that right without me telling you. And here's a nice one. The noun is sun. We like that because it's nice and warm. And again, we never say it is sunning. We use the present tense of the verb to be with the adjective sunny. So we say it is sunny. Your task, the past tense and the future tense of it is sunny. The next one. The noun is fog. And fog is when it's all grey and you can't see very far. There's fog and you can't see, and everything is very blurred. Fog. And again, we use the present tense of the verb to be with the adjective foggy. So we never say it is fogging. We simply say it is foggy. So you need to do the past and the future of it is foggy. And this one, mist. It's a bit like fog, but it's not as thick. It's a little bit easier to see. Mist often happens in the mornings. First thing in the morning when the sun comes up, and if it's a bit wet, we often have mist. And again, we don't say it is misting. We say it is misty. Present tense of the verb to be plus the adjective misty. Your job, the past and the future tenses of it is misty. This one I think you'll know. The noun is wind. When it blows, whoo, is wind. And your hair blows and your clothes blow and everything blows around. Wind. Again, we never say it is winding. Never. We say it is windy. We use the present tense of the verb to be and the adjective, which is windy. It is windy. So you have to do the past tense and the future tense, please, of it is windy. And the same with this one. Cloud. The noun is cloud. Those are the things in the sky which are white or grey and they cover the blue sky. Cloud. And again, we don't say it is clouding. Well, sometimes perhaps we say it is clouding over, meaning the clouds are coming. So sometimes we do say it is clouding over, but usually we say the present tense of the verb to be and the adjective cloudy. It is cloudy. So once again, please, the past and the future tense of it is cloudy. And now, here are a few other weather adjectives that you might like to know about. Dull. That means there's no sun, it's cloudy, it's dull, it might be misty, but it's dull. It's an adjective, so we would say it is dull, or it's dull weather. Overcast means the whole of the sky is covered in cloud. It is overcast. It's an adjective, so we can say there's an overcast sky, overcast weather, or it is overcast. If there's been a lot of rain, or if it's raining a lot, we can use the adjective wet, wet weather, or it is wet. Or if it hasn't been raining, unusual for the UK, we can say dry, dry weather. It is dry. So there we are. That's the end of this lesson. I want you to do that work because it builds on the work that we did last week about the continuous form of verbs. And remember, if you do that work, you can send it to me. And I haven't written it down, the email address, so I'll do it now. You can send it to this address. It is asylum, ESOL, at rmcentre.org.uk. Here we are. Can you see that? I don't think you can. Asylum, ESOL, at rmcentre.org.uk. And you can send me that work and I will mark it and send it back to you. So good luck, and I hope we have some nice dry weather. Bye.